Vergil Ortiz, Boots Ennis. Let's go!
And, you know, as long as they're favorable, we'll make the fight happen.
Any of the champions, Vergil Ortiz, it's a super fight. Any of the champions at 154, I'm here to make my mark. And it's starting this Saturday.
But what I want to see right now is the two best dream middleweights on the horizon fight. It's two undefeated guys who are equal. Don't run from that smoke, bruh. Don't run from that smoke. Let's make that happen.
Oh, no. I don't know. I mean, he's supposed to bring out the best. Yeah. You know what I mean? But Fundora, I like Fundora. Whatever name, Fundora. I like to fight him. I think Ortiz. That'll be a good fight, Ortiz. Yeah.
Boots Ennis just sent a message to the entire welterweight division. After a brutal KO of Xander Zayas, the big names are running out of excuses. The question isn't whether Boots belongs at the top, it's who's brave enough to step in there with him next. And if anyone knows a mega fight when they see one, it's Oscar De La Hoya. He is convinced that the biggest fight in boxing today is Vergil Ortiz versus Boots Ennis.
Boots Ennis, what a great fight. You are a machine. Zayas, a little inexperienced, but you will be back. You're a great fighter. Let's make the biggest fight in boxing today. Vergil Ortiz, Boots Ennis, let's go!
With talks already in motion, he argues that the terms must reflect Vergil Ortiz's status, and once they do, there's nothing standing in the way of this fight getting made. It's a chance to walk in as the man the division has been waiting for.
No, it actually can. I mean, look, this can be a great negotiation. Obviously, look, when I say it has to be favorable to Vergil, that's the obvious case. I mean, look at what he did. Look at who he is. Vergil Ortiz is the man. Having this fight in Las Vegas can be huge, but Vergil Ortiz has to be the favorite here when it comes to negotiations. And, as long as they're favorable, we'll make the fight happen. There's no problem.
Oscar,
I think everybody wants to see the fight, so the money's not going to be an issue because there will be enough money in the pot.
Still, he isn't losing any sleep over Eddie Hearn's side of the table. He brushes off any notion that Hearn could come in with claims for fighter leverage as far as he is concerned. That argument doesn't exist.
I mean, how can he say that? He better not. I mean, there's no question that I have the man. There's no question that Vergil Ortiz is the man. So I feel that these negotiations will be negotiations, just like any other fight, and it'll go back and forth. But at the end of the day, Vergil Ortiz is the man.
And Boots Ennis isn't interested in pleasantries. He questions why Ortiz ducked the fight when the opportunity was first on the table, and he's done pretending the talk from the other side means anything.
Why he ain't take the fight in the beginning? You know what I'm saying? Bro, I ain't be talking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to tell you, I'm really different. He gonna see firsthand. Because he gets hurt a lot. He flat-footed, and he been dropped multiple times. When he get hit by me, it's gonna be different. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Meanwhile, Roy Jones Jr. isn't mincing words. He points out that Boots himself publicly acknowledged Vergil Ortiz as the next fight. Ducking that call now wouldn't just damage the matchup, it would cost Boots something far harder to rebuild than a record.
Man, let me just say it like this. I don't see no way in the world that you go off. You actually told Boots to come up here. You called Boots up there. You understand me? So all that you talk about in that post-fight press conference, don't nobody want to hear that. You told the nation when they could see it. Because, see, a lot of people couldn't see the post-fight press conference. But people saw the interview right after the fight. You told us that the man already told you, hey, it's time. You told us that's what was next. If you avoid that and don't do that, you're going to lose a lot of respect from a lot of people. And I might be one of them.
He doubles down, making clear that Ortiz is at the peak of his powers right now, and that makes him the only fight that answers the questions the division is asking about Boots. The welterweight landscape is full of names, but none of them carry the weight that Vergil does at this moment. This matchup not happening wouldn't just be a missed opportunity, it would be a betrayal of everything he put out there in front of the nation.
You act like you was up for the challenge. Everybody knows that like Boots said, it's time for him. Everybody wants to see Boots against a real opponent. Vergil, you're peaked right now. You're the best option to make us, to let us figure out all the answers that we want to know about Boots Ennis. And you're going to go say about Earl Spence and somebody else? We don't want to hear that. I definitely don't want to hear that. You told us on national TV after the fight that you wanted to do exactly what that man said. That man told you, well, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see you do nothing else right now.
After Boots' stunning performance, Chris Mannix isn't wasting any time looking elsewhere. He sees a Vergil Ortiz matchup as the only logical destination, a collision between two of the most destructive welterweights on the planet that the sport has been quietly building toward. That's why he believes this fight stands above every other option. It's the kind of showdown that can redefine a division, elevate the winner into superstardom, and give boxing the elite matchup fans have been demanding. In his eyes, it's the fight that the division's most compelling chapter is ready to be written.
I am anticipating, I am frothing, I am salivating for the fight against Vergil Ortiz. That was a massive fight 3 months ago when they were negotiating it. It is even bigger now after a fight like this. If Vergil goes out, looks spectacular in his next fight, there is going to be incredible momentum to have that fight take place. Texas, Vegas, here in New York City, it doesn't matter. That is going to be one of the biggest fights we can see in boxing.
Absolutely, and that's something else that I'm looking forward to. Chris, you're kind of getting me too excited and too hype about this fight that I think is not going to happen.
The wider conversation around the fight carries a note of caution. He is united in their excitement for a Boots versus Ortiz showdown, but some voices in the room believe Ortiz shouldn't walk straight into that fire without shaking off the rust. First, a tune-up fight to find his rhythm before stepping into the biggest welterweight matchup in years. The anticipation is real, the demand is there, but patience may still have a role to play. Other than being ready on paper, it's about walking in with every possible edge already locked in.
Go right in against Boots right now. Even though Boots showed vulnerability tonight, like he have other times, people saying he get hurt, I would still rather see Vergil come back with a fight or two and then Boots.
No, don't say two. Don't say two. Say fight. Say one.
Say one
Don't
fight,
say
yes.
two. When you say two, you sound like Sergio. When you say two, you sound like Sergio. Then we got to wait down the line.
One fight.
One fight. Come back.
story.
A good contender at 154. Keep fighting. Look good, look great,
Yes.
and then December, January, February, whenever it may be,
One fight,
let's
Chris,
get this
yes.
fight on. This is just such a massive event. Two of the biggest names in American boxing, two of the biggest punchers in the 154-pound division, two guys with huge fan bases behind them, and Boots coming off a performance like this.
But Sean Porter doesn't stop at tactics. He has a deeper observation about where Boots stands as a fighter. He believes there's still a ceiling Boots hasn't broken through yet. In his view, the talent has always been there, but something has kept Boots from fully unlocking his greatest potential when the brightest lights are on. That's why it's an opportunity to silence those lingering doubts, prove he's reached another level, and finally become the complete fighter many have believed he was capable of all along.
Yeah.
We have not seen Boots in game growing. We have for
Vergil. Yeah.
We've seen Vergil become a better version of himself.
Yeah.
We've seen Boots be an amazing version of himself over and over and over and over and over. You know? And I think that there comes a time where amazing becomes magnificent. And I think he has the ability to become magnificent, but there's something there that's preventing that. I just think he's been just simply amazing. And I think that
He added, Boots has the speed and the movement, but he knows better than most that elite fighters don't just get beaten by power, they get beaten by moments of carelessness that compound in an instant. And in the case of Vergil, the message carries equal weight. The chaos that Boots brings to a fight is designed to frustrate. He overwhelms his opponent and makes them second-guess everything they've prepared.
last thing for me, my advice for Boots ahead of that fight, my advice for Boots would be mindful of your exit strategy. You gotta have a tight, ready exit strategy. You can't just do whatever your body does.
Yeah.
You gotta be in control of that and make the right exit, because that exit to me is where he could be the most vulnerable in this fight. And then my advice for Vergil would just be to stay disciplined, doing what you do. Don't get discouraged. There's a lot of speed, a lot of movement, a lot of everything gonna be coming your way. Stay confident, don't get discouraged.
Yet Robert Garcia isn't buying the cautious approach. He pushes back hard against the idea that either fighter needs more seasoning before this collision happens. Both men are ready, both men want it, and the fans have been waiting long enough. His frustration lands squarely on Eddie Hearn's doorstep. He is clear that this fight has to happen, and the deadline the sport needs to hold everyone to is nearer than ever.
That's what he needs to say. No, let's go do it next. You know, Eddie's the one doing it. He's over there like, oh, don't say too much. No, Boots could fight, bro. Boots is a good fucking fighter. But I know they won the two tune-up fights, and that's a fight. You know, it's not like I'm making it up. They did want it. And he got his first, so he might want another one. But look.
And he got the quick stoppage.
He just fought. Vergil's fighting in 4 weeks. So sometime next year the fight should happen. It has to happen. That's a fight that tell me Vergil's gonna try to say, oh, I'm not ready for it. Vergil wants to fight everybody, man.
But that's where the conversation takes an unexpected turn. While the Ortiz matchup dominates the headlines, another name has quietly entered the frame. Sebastian Fundora. Tall, relentless, and carrying serious heat in both hands, Fundora represents a completely different kind of threat to Boots than anyone else in the division. Everything about this potential matchup demands attention. It's not an alternative option. It could be the fight that redefines what we thought we knew about him. Fresh off the Zayas knockout, Jaron Ennis wasted no time calling out Fundora directly, making it clear that he isn't interested in waiting around or taking the safe route. The challenge has been thrown down publicly, and the division is paying attention.
Well, they said Fundora, so he could be next.
Fundora poses a greater challenge than Vergil Ortiz, a tougher puzzle to solve, and a more dangerous night at the office. Coming from the corner that knows Boots better than anyone, that warning carries serious weight.
I told everybody he's gonna stop me.
Yeah, man. I tried to tell him too, and I told him
Xander's a good fighter. I like Xander, man. You know, you see Xander come over to hug me. I mean, one of my top fighters that I like. He's a good fighter, man. You can't take nothing away. He's young, strong.
And when the question lands on Sebastian Fundora himself, he keeps his cards close. He acknowledges the shifting landscape. Fundora makes no secret of the fact that this is a business first, and any fight that gets made has to make sense financially as much as competitively. He's not ruling anyone out. The hunger to compete is there, but the right opponent at the right moment for the right number is what drives the decision.
We'll see, you know, because the past has been changing, you know. We were unified for a while. And they took away the belt with the WBO, but you know, we're still WBC champions. So when opportunities present themselves financially as well too, because this is a sport, this is a prize fighter sport as well. So we just gotta see where we're at, you know, because there's lots of good names in here. And it just has to make sense as well, you know, because we'll fight everybody. We're boxers. We all want to fight everybody. We go in the ring and we spar all the time. You know, we do that for free. So why wouldn't we fight these guys?
And Bernie the Boxer is firmly in Boots' corner on this one. He sees Fundora's mechanical style as something Boots is perfectly built to dismantle. The athleticism and the ability to make a methodical fighter look lost before he can ever find his footing. Bernie admits the camp has played things carefully up to this point, but in his view, Boots has everything needed to get the job done.
with fine colors, listen, I'm thinking this, as much as I like Fundora, I'm thinking Boots should get him. I'm thinking if, you know, because Fundora more like, he kind of robotic, you know, and if you got a guy that can flash in on you and can move with athleticism, that can throw him up, I think Boots, that'll be perfect for him. You know, I think they've been moving him a little cautious, but I'm thinking he got it to do it. I'm looking for Boots to do it. I be looking for Boots. If I'm Boots, if I don't get the Xander Zayas fight, I want him next. Give me a tune-up, then give me Fundora next.
Yet Sean Porter urges the room to pump the brakes. On paper, every attribute Boots possesses screams danger for Fundora, but Porter has seen enough fights to know that paper rarely survives the first round. When an elite opponent steps across from you with weapons of their own, they don't just absorb what you do, they force you to abandon parts of your game entirely. And that, Porter argues, is where Fundora becomes genuinely threatening.
On screen, Boots looks like he's supposed to beat Sebastian Fundora because he's so fast, because he's so electric, because he's shown tremendous power, because he's shown so many different movements and techniques, and everything jumps off the screen when it's Boots Ennis. But then when you got, like I always like to say, another weapon standing across from you, negating some of the things you do, forcing you to turn off some of the stuff you do. Now, here's the thing that makes this guy dangerous to Boots. What I feel I know about Boots, I don't know if they game plan.
And he takes his concern even further. He's seen camps built on blind confidence corners that tell their fighter nobody can beat them, rather than breaking down the man standing across the ring. That approach worries him when it comes to Fundora. To fight a guy like this, it demands a level of tactical sharpness his corner has never been truly forced to produce.
To me, it seems like Boots is like, and Dad Bozy, we just gonna get you ready. Can't nobody beat you. Well, sometimes you gotta get ready for the guy across from you. And what I now know about this dude, he getting ready for who's across from him. And that's why I'm breathing like that, because I know without a shadow of a doubt, he's going to be ready. He's going to have the right weapons, and he's going to be calling on the right weapons all night long. I have no doubt about that from this dude right here. And I know with all 16 plus weapons that Boots got, Boots be like this.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta, nah, bruh.
He then refuses to call a winner because he genuinely believes both men carry enough to hurt the other on any given night. But Fundora's most dangerous quality is his ability to read a fighter and systematically shut down what makes them special. It doesn't matter if Boots is the most talented fighter in the room. What really matters is he needs to be the most prepared.
You know what I mean? Like, we gotta be pulling out the right things at the right time. We gotta be prepared to come to the ring with 8 weapons that we know we need against this dude. Not 16 weapons because we got 16. And to me, that's the difference between a Boots Ennis and a Sebastian Fundora. I don't know who will win that fight because all those weapons are amazing.
Yeah.
And at any point, any of those weapons could work against this dude. But this guy has the ability that I now know. He knows how to force you to turn off a lot of what you have.
The welterweight division has been put on notice. Boots Ennis isn't waiting, isn't negotiating with doubt, and isn't interested in half measures. The next chapter is coming, and whoever steps up to write it with him better be ready, because Boots certainly is. If you want to see that fight happen, drop your pick in the comments and a reigns. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more boxing updates.